Dear students, in last two classes we have taken Laplace transform of some elementary function, Laplace transform of special functions such as periodic function, unit step function. So in today's lecture we move forward to inverse Laplace transform, that is we can get back the function of t from the function of s by applying inverse Laplace transform operator, that is L inverse. So that means inverse Laplace transform convert a function of space into a function of time. So now let us accumulate the results which require for inverse Laplace transform process. So we just go back, or we can recall all those results which we have taken in Laplace transform, and we take the reverse process. So for first results I have here is, so we can first recollect the definition. So we have Laplace transform of f of t, which we know that it is integral 0 to infinity f of t e power minus st dt, so which obviously gives a function of s. So if I apply L inverse on that f of s, we'll get f of t back. So result number 1. So here we have the first result, L inverse of 1 over s power n, that is t power n minus 1 by gamma of n, and you know that gamma n is nothing but n minus 1 factorial. Thereby L inverse of 1 over s power n is t power n minus 1 by n minus 1 factorial. So you have to remember this, but if you want you can just have a look how we got this result, how we come to this result, because we have seen that Laplace transform of t power n, remember what is that, we had Laplace transform of t power n is gamma of n plus 1 by s power n plus 1. So we have gamma of n plus 1 by s power n plus 1. So if I have 1 over s power n plus 1 L inverse, obviously we could have here t power n by gamma of n plus 1, correct? T power n by gamma of n plus 1, that is L inverse of 1 over s power n plus 1. So for our convenience we can take the power n as it is in place of n plus 1. So I have just taken n in place of n, we have replaced n minus 1. So 1 over s power n plus 1 becomes 1 over s power n minus 1 plus 1, that is 1 over s power n. So we'll have a result for 1 over s power n rather than 1 over s power n plus 1. So what will be the result? Replacing, earlier we had t power n by gamma of n plus 1, replacing n by n minus 1, it is obviously t power n minus 1 by gamma of n. So that's how 1 over s power n result is t power n minus 1 by n minus 1 factorial. We have some example how we can get this. So if it is L inverse of 1 over s, remember n, identify n, that is n is here 1, s power 1. So the result is t power n minus 1 now becomes t power 1 minus 1 t power 0 by 0 factorial, obviously it is 1. Likewise L inverse 1 over s square t power 1 minus 1 by 1 factorial, L inverse 1 over s power 4 t power 4 minus 1 by 3 factorial. So the one result, or the first result here is 1 over s power n L inverse, that is t power n minus 1 by n minus 1 factorial. So the next result we can take is 1 over s minus a. So e power at Laplace transform, just look back, e power at Laplace transform, what is that? 1 over s minus a. So if I operate L inverse on 1 over s minus a, it is e power at. Similarly L inverse 1 over s plus a, it is e power minus at. So example, just replacing, sorry, identifying a there, 1 over s minus 3, so that is a is 3, so e power 3t, 1 over s minus of minus 1, so e power minus t. So similarly the results for trigonometric function we had, so I can have L inverse of 1 over a square plus a square, that is 1 over a sin at. Earlier what we had, Laplace transform of sin at is a by s square plus a square. So L inverse of a by s square plus a square if I have, then it is sin at. But the standard format is 1 over s square plus a square. A is anyhow constant, you can take it out, so it comes here 1 over a. So 1 over a sin 80. Similarly, s by s square plus a square, L inverse is cos 80. So if I have here minus sign, s square minus a square, or s by s square minus a square, it leads to hyperbolic function. So in the next we have that results too. So I can just see some example. If I want 1 over s square plus 2 L inverse, that is, just identify here a. So what is a here? Root 2 square. So root 2 square. So thereby it is 1 over root 2 sine root 2 t. L inverse of s by s square plus 4 is cos 2 t. The last one more we have here is 1 over s square minus a square, that is 1 over a sin h a t, and s by s square minus a square is cos h a t. Similarly, examples, if we take 1 over s square minus 4, easily we can get the L inverse of that, just having the results in hand. 1 by 2 sine hyperbolic 2t, s by s square plus, sorry, s by s square minus 1 is a, identify a, that is a is 1, that's why cos hyperbolic t. So let us use these results and get L inverse of given expression f of s. So the first problem is L inverse s square plus 2s plus 3 by s power 5. How to get this? So first reduce into the standard format. So we have 4 5 standard format, that is 1 over s power n. If I have, I can get L inverse back 1 over s minus something, s minus a, that is a factor, 1 over s minus a, we can get the results 1 over s plus a, or s by s square plus a square, s by s square minus a square, or just 1 by s square plus a square, 1 by s square minus a square. Only 5 or 6 types of formats we can get L inverse back. Rest all you have to simplify first, get to that form and apply L inverse. So here I have to simplify. So this is the easiest one. So I can split term by term. So I have s cube, sorry, s square by s power 5, 2s by s power 5, 3 by s power 5. So if I split that, what we'll get? This way: 1 by s cube, 2 by s power 4, 3 by s power 5. So 1 by s cube, 1 by s power 4, 2 is anyhow constant, 2 times L inverse. So here also L inverse term by term you can operate, linearity property, 3 times L inverse of 1 over s power 5. So applying 1 over s power n result, that is t power n minus 1 by, what is that, t power n minus 1 by n minus 1 factorial. So I have t square by 2 factorial, then 2 times t cube by 3 factorial, 3 times t power 4 by 4 factorial. So which gives t square by 2 plus t cube by 3 plus t power 4 by 8. Let me take one more problem here. That is L inverse of 2s minus 5 by 4s square plus 25 plus 4s minus 18 by 9 minus s square. So just observe the denominator here. So here denominator is of the type s square plus a square, and one is s square minus a square type. So we have to first make these in standard format. If I have s square plus a square or s square minus a square, I can write in terms of standard format. What is that? Either s by s square plus a square, or s by s square minus a square. So from first I can get 25. If I take it out, sorry, 4s square. So make the coefficient unity 4. If I take it out, I'll have s square plus 25 by 4, or I can write s square plus 5 by 2 the whole square, so that I can identify a. Similarly here 4s minus 18 by s square minus 3 square, s square minus 3 square. So we can write s square minus 3 square, directly we can write. So in the first thing, it is half is common, because we have taken, just observe, from this I can take 2 out. So that 2 by 4 is 1 by 2. So what remained is s by s square by 5 by 2 the whole square, s by s square by 5 by 2 the whole square. Apply L inverse on that. So that is cos gives cos 5 by 2 t. Another is 5 by 2 by s square by 5 by 2 the whole square. We have 4 terms altogether. In the first we have 2 terms, split that. So it is a by s square plus a square format. That's why it is sin 80. Correct? No. The second what we have is 4 times, you can split term by term. 4 times s by s square minus 3 square. 4 times s by s square minus 3 square. That is hyperbolic because we have denominator minus. So cos hyperbolic 3t. Then the second one is 18 times s square minus 3 square, but 18 we can, sorry, 18 by s square minus 3 square. So denominator I have 3, so I can have that 3 by s square minus 3 square. Directly you can write sin hyperbolic, so I can split 18, that is 6 into 3. So 3 by s square minus 3 square, that is L inverse is sin hyperbolic 3t. So 6 outside we have constant, so 6 times sin hyperbolic 3t. So one more, it is 2s by s square plus 2s minus 8. This is not in the standard form, correct? So first you convert by simple partial fraction. So the partial fraction method everyone knows, so I can split or resolve into partial fractions. 3s by s square plus 2s minus 8. First factorize the denominator, quadratic equation, sorry, quadratic expression. So 3s by 2s s square plus 2s minus 8. Roots are 2 and minus 4. You can use calci or you can go for factorization manually, but better have calci. So therefore you can find the roots first. You will get the roots. The roots are 2 and minus 4. That's why I can write the factors s minus 2, s plus 4. Correct. So 3s by s minus 2 into s plus 4, which I can write a by s minus 2 plus b by s plus 4. And how to get the values a and b? So it is very simple. So a is nothing but left out factor. So just close s minus 2. So we have, because s minus 2 we have taken here, so we have 3s by s plus 4. So when this becomes 0, the denominator of a becomes 0 is at s equal to 2. So therefore you can write a is equal to 3s by s plus 4 at s equal to 2, which gives 1. Similar work for b. So left out factor is s minus 2, close s plus 4, take 3s by s minus 2, and this becomes 0 at s equal to minus 4. Substitute, we'll get b value is 2. So we'll have then two terms separately, L inverse of 1 over s minus 2 and 2 by s plus 4. So each gives exponential, because we have the result 1 over s minus a is e power at. That's why L inverse of 1 over s minus 2 is e power 2t. L inverse of 1 over s plus 4, here a is minus 4, so 2 is anyhow outside, we have taken it out. 2 times e power minus 4t. Correct? Understood? So last one more for our practice we can take here. S square plus 3s minus 1 by s cube minus 6s square plus 11s minus 6. Correct? Again the same method. So denominator we have a cubic expression, which directly we cannot get L inverse obviously, so try to factorize it. Using calci we can get the roots first. 1, 2, 3 are the roots. That's why s minus 1, s minus 2, s minus 3 will be the factors. So split that into partial fractions. A by s minus 1 plus b by s minus 2 plus c by s minus 3. And with the same concept what we have just discussed, we can find a, b, c. So s square plus 3s minus 1. Here a by s minus 1 we have taken, that's why we close s minus 1. The left out factor is s minus 2 and s minus 3, and value we can give s equal to 1, because at s equal to 1 this becomes 0. So we have a is 3 by 2. Likewise b we got minus 9 and c we got 17 by 2. So we can operate term by term on this now. L inverse, so we have L inverse of 3 terms, 3 by 2 by s minus 1, minus 9 by s minus 2 plus 17 by 2 s minus 3. Each is a exponential. So we can get back the result 3 by 2 e power t minus 9 e power 2t plus 17 by 2 e power 3t. Correct? So from using the basic results of a Laplace transform or a basic Laplace transform, a Laplace transform of basic functions, we have taken inverse of those results and we have taken some problems. Now similar way, the rules what we have taken, that is Laplace transform of e power at f of t, Laplace transform of t f of t, t square f of t, and the Laplace transform of f of t by t, all those results I can take in a reverse way. So you know that e power at f of t Laplace transform, e power at f of t Laplace transform is f of s minus a. So L inverse of f of s minus a is e power at f of t. But what is f of t? F of t is actually gives the Laplace transform of f of t gives f of s. Laplace L of f of t gives f of s. That means f of t is what? L inverse of f of s. So that means whenever we have an expression of s minus a, take a out by writing e power at, so which gives only function of s. Then allow L inverse to take place. L inverse of f of s gives the answer f of t. So the answer will be e power at f of t. So the same concept for f of s plus a. We can read here s minus of what? Minus a. So that means extra is e power a minus a. You take e power minus at out. So leaves back f of s there itself. So L inverse of f of. So we can take some result, problems on this. Applying these results, how we can solve L inverse. So L inverse of s by s minus a the whole square plus b square. See students, here for a moment you just think there is a s square. So s by s square plus b square. What will be the result? If I had L inverse of s by s square plus b square, it is cos, correct? No, directly cos bt, s by s square plus b square. So but here we have a hurdle, we can call it as an obstacle, that is s minus a the whole square. So I have to remove that a out. So how we can get that? By removing a means we have to take, now how you got the f of s from f of s plus a, or f of s here from f of s minus a, replacing s by s plus a here, or replacing s by s minus a. So that means first make everything in a form of s minus a, then it is easy to convert. So take wherever s minus a, take it as s. Similar way here, s minus a in the denominator but s in the numerator. So better to write first the numerator also in terms of s minus a, that is s minus a plus a. So now I can take e power at out. If I take e power at out, now wherever we had s minus a, collect those terms s minus a, just write this as s. So s plus a by s square plus b square. Now we have two terms, one is L inverse of s by s square plus b square, another is a by s square plus b square. So I can write a is anyhow constant, we can take it out, but 1 over s square plus b square leads to sine. So I have first term is cos bt, second term is 1 over b sine bt, but a is already there outside, so a by b sine bt, correct? Okay, if I take one more result, so here 2s minus 3 by s square plus 4s plus 13. So s square plus 4s plus 13. So you have to be very careful here. Whenever we have this type of problems, usually we tend to partial fraction. So if the roots are real, obviously we can go for partial fraction. Otherwise we have to go for completing the square method, and once it is completing the square method, then it is again rule number 1, that is L inverse of f of s minus a or s plus a type. So you have to shift a, that by taking e power at or e power minus at out. So I just check whether the partial fraction holds good for this or not. How to confirm it, it is very simple. Students, we have to just give this to the calci. Anyhow, you are finding roots before taking partial fraction. Obviously, we have to find the roots. So if I find the roots, so there are imaginary roots, it is not real roots, all are real, then no problem. So if there is a imaginary roots, obviously here two roots means the pair of imaginary roots. So whenever imaginary roots comes, so we can't go for partial fraction. So I go for completing the square method. So s square plus 4s plus 13, I can write it as s plus 2 the whole square plus 3 square. How we got that? Very simple. So you can see s square, that is a square. So completing the square means I have to write in the form of a plus b the whole square. For that I should have a square plus 2ab plus b square. So what is a then? A is here s itself. So that means 2ab. So that means 2 into s into the left out is, since it is 4s, so your term b is 2, 2 into 2 into s, so b is 2. So I need b square, means from 13 I want only 4, what left is 9. So I can split this 13 as 4 plus 9, so I get s square plus 4s plus 4, one group, that is s plus 2 the whole square, plus 9 left out is here separately I have written 3 square, that's all. So that means we have s plus 2 in the denominator, so write every s in terms of s plus 2. So I had 2s, but I have written it as s plus 2 minus 2, anyhow it gives back s only. So 2 times s plus 2 minus 2 minus 3. So I have s plus 2 everywhere. Now replace, I mean shift by taking e power minus 2t out. So e power minus 2t, if I take it out, what it gives now? L inverse of wherever now s, take only, I mean s plus 2, take only s. So we have numerator s plus 2, make it as s minus 2 minus 3 by s plus 2 the whole square plus 3 square, now converts to s square plus 3 square. So I can split 2s minus 4 minus 3 gives 2s minus 7. So in the numerator we have 2s minus 7 by s square plus 3 square. If I split term by term, L inverse of 2s by s square plus 3 square minus 7 by s square plus 3 square. So which leads to cos and sine function. So we have taken that. So 2 times cos 3t minus 7 by 3 times sine 3t. Correct? Yes. So I have the next result, L inverse of f of s. So when we can have L inverse of f of s, that means in some expression we can't get immediately the L inverse. For example, if I have logarithmic function, inverse trigonometric function, inverse trigonometric function, where we cannot get L inverse directly. So in such cases, if I have a f of s, I can first differentiate once and then allow L inverse, because once you differentiate log, suppose if it is log of s minus a, what is the derivative? 1 over s minus a, and obviously for 1 over s minus a I have L inverse. So then I apply L inverse, so multiply by minus 1 by t. So this is a second result or rule which we have adopted from the previous Laplace transform of t into f of t. The same, we have reversed the process. So it gives L inverse of f of s is equal to L inverse of f dash of s, just differentiate it and just multiply minus 1 over t. Remember this. So how, when we can use this? Whenever a function is of a type logarithmic or inverse trigonometric. So I can observe that it is a log of s minus a by s plus b. So whenever L inverse I require for this type of functions, so I can't do directly, but if I take derivative of this log of s minus a by s plus b in first phase, I can write log of s minus a by s plus b as a log of s minus a minus log of s plus b by using a logarithmic rule. Then differentiate, we get d by ds of log of s minus a is 1 over s minus a, and log of s plus b gives 1 over s plus b, then which can for which we can get L inverse directly. Is it that correct? See here, we have L inverse of 1 over s minus a minus 1 over s plus b. Each is exponential now. We get e power at and minus e power bt. But once you get that, obviously outside we have minus 1 by t. This is a standard. Minus 1 by t multiplied. So I get the result e power minus bt minus e power at by t. So take the second one. I have log of s square plus 1 by s square plus s. By expanding that, we get log of s square plus 1 minus log s minus log s plus 1. So apply d by ds. Derivative of each is 2s by s square plus 1 minus 1 by s minus 1 by s plus 1. So the first term is cos. So I have 2 cos t minus 1 minus e power minus t, because it is a is minus 1 there, 1 over s minus of minus 1. So e power minus, but outside I had minus sign, so I multiply it inside. 1 plus e power minus t minus 2 cos t divided by t. Correct. Okay, so we have taken two problems. I think it is enough on there. So logarithm, similar work for inverse trigonometric also. If it is inverse trigonometric function also, we differentiate once, allow L inverse to occur, then multiply by minus 1 by t. Okay. Rule number 3. So we have e power minus as into any function of s. Student, I hope you remember, whenever we have unit step function, Laplace transform of f of t into u of t minus a. Have you got that? Laplace transform of f of t into u of t minus a. So that gives e power minus as into Laplace transform of f of t plus a, what we had in earlier Laplace transform problems sections. So the same result I have taken. So Laplace transform of f of t into u of t minus a. So I have taken it as e power minus as into Laplace transform of f of t plus a. So replacing t by t minus a, I'll get that result back. So I can reverse process, I can apply the reverse process, that is L inverse of f of s e power minus as is equal to L inverse of f of s. Once you get that result, replace t by t minus a and into unit step function. So what we have to remember is, whenever we have L inverse of something where we have associated with e power minus as, it is in terms of unit step function only. The result will be in terms of unit step function. Identify just coefficient of minus s, that is a, u of t minus a, and allow L inverse to occur for f of s. The result once you obtain, it is f of t, but replace t by t minus a. So I can see some examples. L inverse of e power minus 2 by s minus 3 power 5. So identify here e power minus 2s is there, means it is u of t minus 2, because a is here 2. Correct, numerator. A is 2. U of t minus 2. Now L inverse of 1 over s minus 3 power 5. You have to take L inverse. Once the answer is obtained, replace t by t minus a, that is t by t minus 2. So what is 1 over s minus 3 power 5? So directly I can't write 1 over s minus 3 power 5. So in case of 1 over s power 5, I could have obtained result directly. So 3 is a hurdle, take it out, e power 3t. I'll get e power 3t into L inverse of 1 over s power 5, that is t power 4, because t power n minus 1 by n minus 1 factorial. So 1 over s power 5 is t power 4 by 4 factorial. So the result is t power 4 e power 3t by 4 factorial, correct, into u of t minus 2. But wherever t, now replace it by t minus 2, gives now t minus 2 power 4 by 4 factorial e power 3 into t minus 2 u of t minus 2. One more, if I take s into e power minus pi s by s square plus 1. So here pi e power minus pi s, that's why you have written u of t minus pi. Allow L inverse for s by s square plus 1. Replace t by t minus pi later. So it gives actually cos t. So take cos t minus pi, or it is cos of minus pi minus t, but cos of minus theta is cos theta only, so pi minus t is a 180 minus, that is a 19 to 2 cos t, but 180 minus in the second quadrant, it is minus, so minus cos t u of t minus pi, correct? So altogether we had inverse Laplace transform for some standard format, as well as we have condensed by using the rules. E power at f of t result we have applied by in the form of f of s minus a L inverse, that gives e power at into L inverse of f of s, and t f of t we have taken for special expressions like logarithmic and inverse trigonometric, where we can get L inverse of f of s in such cases by just differentiating once and apply L inverse on there. So once you obtain f of t, what is next step is multiply minus 1 by t. You can remember like that way. Is it minus 1 by t L inverse of f dash of s? And the last one, wherever exponential is there in inverse Laplace transform problem, L inverse of f of s, some function of s into e power minus as, then it is in terms of unit step function u of t minus a, then allow L inverse to occur on f of s. The result what we obtain, replace t by t minus a. So we have all these list of formulas for your convenience. I have summarized here, so you can just have a look, and now here onwards you can have both Laplace transform results as well as inverse Laplace transform. So it is reverse vice versa, so you can compare each. So it is not necessary you have to by heart these results separately. If I have the results of Laplace transform, so obviously we can get back the inverse Laplace transform results. So thank you for listening, and here some problems for your practice. Solve all these problems and be comfortable with the inverse Laplace